NBC5 responds, when was the last time you checked the balance of your savings account? If you haven't looked for a while, your bank may not have your back if there's fraud on your account. This is a lesson one Calumet Heights woman learned the hard way, unfortunately. PJ Randawa shares the story.
I worked my butt off.
For 18 years, Courtney White was a sergeant with the Markham Police Department, and that's where she got her nickname.
I was the overtime queen at work, so all my overtime money went into my savings for my family.
To help those savings grow, Courtney set up a Chase bank account in 2001 with no debit card and no checks.
I deliberately had my savings account set up where I would have to walk into the bank to make transactions.
And that's what Courtney did every month for years to withdraw money for her son's allowance.
How much money had been in there up until that point?
Probably about $100,000, between 80 and 100.
But one day in the fall of 2022, Courtney heard the words many of us dread: insufficient funds. For the first time in months, she checked her account balance.
There were daily withdrawals, probably two to four every day, thousands of dollars.
She learned someone had been impersonating her, withdrawing a total of $87,000 from her Chase account, mostly in person at this Chase branch on 103rd Street. It happened for more than a year.
If you look at all of the withdrawal slips, you can clearly see the difference in the handwriting. So I don't know how they couldn't catch that.
Courtney filed a police report and has filed several fraud claims with Chase Bank since then, but all of them denied. The reason? Chase said she hadn't reported the fraud within 30 days of receiving her statement.
Somebody should have recognized that this is an outrageous amount of transactions every day.
Sorry, ma'am, but as messed up as it is, I'm gonna have to agree with Chase. Like, did you get paper statements? If you got paper statements, you should have been opening them statements. And if you don't have paper statements, and this is something where I try to tell people, don't get those electronic statements if you're not checking your bank account or logging in to your bank account every day or every other day, because you never know what type of fraud can go on, and you'd be like, whoa, if I didn't catch it, I would have been crap out of luck. Sad story, sad story.
There should have been some sort of alert. I've never banked like that. And like I said, I've had Chase for 20 years.
NBC5 Response took a closer look at that Chase Bank branch on 103rd. Chicago police records show more than half a dozen Chase customers who used this branch reported unauthorized withdrawals on their accounts within the past few years. The scenarios described, all similar to Courtney's. The data also gave us more insight into what else was happening inside this Chase branch. We found more than a dozen Chase customers reported they were robbed or scammed while using the ATM inside the branch.
That's
also
crazy.
Frustrating, when it came to Courtney's case, she said Chase wouldn't provide any surveillance video to show who was making all of those withdrawals. In a statement, a Chase Bank spokesperson told NBC5 Response it reviewed Ms. White's case from 3 years ago and has not reversed its decision. In response to our questions about all the police reports filed at Courtney's Chase branch, they would only say the safety of our employees and customers is our top priority, and our security team works closely with local law enforcement to monitor and ensure that. But as a result of losing her life savings, Courtney says she had to make the heartbreaking decision to take her son out of private school.
I worked hard for that money. And that's what I did for a living, help people who are victims of crimes, fraud. And here I became a victim myself.
Here are some key takeaways. Make it a habit to check the balance on all your bank accounts. Like Chase, your bank may require you to file a fraud claim for suspicious charges within 30 days of receiving your account statement. Set up balance or transaction alerts for your accounts, even the ones you don't use very often. PJ Randawa, NBC5 Response.
I agree 100%. Check your balances, if not daily, every other day or every week. Because once you see it, you can say, okay, hold on, let me call. All right. I give a quick story. So my uncle had debit card and, he was gone as a bus driver, driving around and everything. And he swiped his card in the boogie down. Well, he swiped his card to get, I think it was like a sandwich or something. He called me. He was like, yo, somebody took $800 out my account. I was like, you didn't withdraw the money? He was like, no. I said, well, go to your bank account and check and see where or what the withdrawals were made. Somebody bought something in Ohio, bought a refrigerator for $800. I was like, you never been to Ohio, so that's fraud. So call the bank. So he calls the bank. Bank's trying to give him the runaround. The person on the phone trying to give him the runaround. I tell him, go into a branch. Go into a branch and talk to somebody. Go in there, talk to somebody. They pull up his record. They put a fraud alert on his file. They issued him out another debit card, and they refunded the money. Now, if he wasn't the type of person that is on it with his money, he could have got schemed. I'm telling you, do not be lazy when it comes to your funds. It's your money. Okay, what was that commercial? JD Wentworth? It's my money and I want it now? Yes, that's how you gotta be. But I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick on how you can protect yourself so this stuff don't happen. Stop keeping large sums of money in your checking account and savings account. You need to put it in a brokerage account. And what the type of brokerage? For me, I did with Vanguard, because Vanguard, their sweep account, they give you interest based off the federal funds rate. You need to keep the majority of your money in a brokerage account. That way, the only way you can get access to that money is if you go on a computer or go on your phone, log into the account, and then say you want to make a withdrawal, and that withdrawal will come into your account or hit your checking account within 2 days. And you can be able, this lady, if she had her money there, if she really wanted to invest in her son's future, she should have had that money in that brokerage account and investing in some ETFs, dividend paying ETFs. And you could have gotten through dividends. If she would have got that $80,000 in dividend payment ETFs, which you're getting 4%, what is that? 4% of $80,000 is about $3,200, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because 1% is $800. Yeah, so $3,200 a year, and you could have given your son $50 every 2 weeks, and still would have been good, and still have some money left over to reinvest into that dividend paying ETF. If we want to be secure with our money, we have to learn from a young age that it's very important that we do the right things. Don't ever keep a lot of money in a checking account or savings account unless you're using that money right away. Right away. I'm talking about you take the money out of your dividend paying ETF, or you don't want to cash it out, but you take money out of your brokerage account, and you have that money in 2 days, it hits your account, and you got to pay something off right away. Don't ever have your money like that, because all it takes is some conniving, flipping moronic, I can't even say moronic because these thieves are flipping smart. They just use their smartness for something else. But these intelligent scamming thieves to go through your mail, open up your mail, and once they have your account, because the account information appears on the statement, that's another way how they can rob you. So they get your mail and your account information appears on the statement. All they got to do is just try to figure out a way how to get an ID and everything, and then boom, 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 that's it. Especially since you only go into the branch and do transactions. Just a sad story. As much as it pains me to have to agree with Chase, I have to agree with them. You know, it's messed up. But hopefully all those people who were schemed, hopefully they file a lawsuit and stuff like that. Maybe a lawyer can help and get some type of refund, because this is a sad story. But my brothers and sisters, I want to hear from you. Tell me what you think about this one. It's sad, but you guys got to protect your money out there. Please protect your money. Don't be lazy with it. Check it all the time. All right. Now, this is a $80,000 lesson. for her. And it's a sad lesson, but this can now educate a lot of other people to say, I need to be on top of my money. All right. But like I said, guys, tell me what you think about it. Really appreciate you. I know your time is valuable, but you spent it with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you be notified for any videos that I drop. Really appreciate you. Take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace.